Have you ever wondered why so many people, after decades of chasing dreams, end up feeling empty inside? They worked hard. They raised families. They built lives filled with achievements. Yet, deep down, something still feels missing. The truth is, happiness after 60 isn't about what you own, where you live, or how many trophies you have on the shelf. It's something far simpler and far more powerful. The biggest mistake we make is thinking that happiness is something we find out there, in the next vacation, the next purchase, the next achievement. But after 60, life gently teaches us a deeper lesson. Happiness is not something you chase. It's something you allow. Today, we are about to uncover the secret that most people spend their entire lives searching for. And once you see it, you'll never look at happiness the same way again. Before we dive in, if you enjoy wisdom, real talk, and life lessons that matter, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep sharing the truths that too often get lost in today's noisy world. Now, let's begin. When you're young, happiness looks like success. A diploma, a career, a big house, maybe even a certain car parked in the driveway. Society tells you, work harder, climb higher, get more. And for a while, it feels exciting. There's momentum. There's pride. There's that sense of, I'm building something. But somewhere along the way, often quietly, often without warning, you begin to realize something unsettling. Each victory feels good, but only for a little while. And then the emptiness creeps back in. You tell yourself, maybe I just need more. So you push harder. You achieve more. You buy more. But the feeling doesn't stay. After 60, the noise begins to fade. You have the space to really hear your own heart. And what it whispers is simple, but stunning. You were never meant to chase happiness. You were meant to live it. Happiness isn't a prize at the end of a race. It's not hidden in tomorrow. It's already here. Only we've been trained to look away from it. When you think about the happiest moments of your life, what comes to mind? Is it the big promotions? The expensive things you bought? Or is it the quiet mornings? The laughter around the dinner table? The feeling of being seen, loved, and understood by someone who truly knew you? The real treasures of life aren't shiny. They don't hang on walls or sit in bank accounts. They live in the simple moments. A hand held tightly when words fail. A sunset watched without rushing. A letter from an old friend who still remembers you. A warm cup of coffee shared with someone who truly listens. After 60, the greatest gift you can give yourself is permission. Permission to stop chasing. Permission to be here, now, fully alive in the small, perfect moments. You begin to realize, it was never about doing more. It was about feeling more. About noticing the things that were always quietly waiting for your attention. We live in a world that sells urgency. Hurry up. Catch up. Don't fall behind. But after 60, you earn the right to step out of that madness. You can finally see that real joy lives in slowing down. It lives in doing less but experiencing more. In caring less about what others think and caring more about what your soul needs. In laughing until your cheeks hurt. In crying when something truly moves you. In forgiving not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. This is the hidden truth. After 60, happiness becomes less about adding and more about letting go. Letting go of regrets. Letting go of old wounds. Letting go of the idea that you have to earn happiness like a paycheck. You don't. You already have everything you need to be happy. Right now. It's just been buried under layers of noise, worry, and expectations that were never really yours. And when you let all of that fall away, you don't just find happiness, you remember it. The kind of happiness you felt as a child, chasing butterflies in a field. The kind of happiness that needs no explanation, no permission, no performance. It's still there, inside you. Waiting. In the next part, we'll dive even deeper into why so many people miss this secret and how you can make sure you don't. Because after 60, you deserve not just to live, but to live happily. If the secret to true happiness is so simple, why do so many people miss it? It's not because they aren't smart. It's not because they aren't trying. It's because the world trains us, from the time we're young, to look in the wrong direction. From childhood, we are taught to seek approval. Gold stars in school, trophies in sports, promotions at work, compliments from friends. Over and over again, the message is clear: your worth is something you earn. And if you just work hard enough, if you just accomplish enough, you'll finally feel happy. But no one ever tells you that the goalpost keeps moving. You get the job, now you need a better one. You buy the house, now you need a bigger one. You build the family, now you feel the pressure to show the perfect life. On and on it goes. So when people reach 60, 70, even 80 years old, they often look around and feel confused. They did everything they were told would make them happy. But that deep, steady joy they longed for still feels just out of reach. The world told them to look outward. But true happiness lives inward. Happiness isn't a trophy. It isn't a destination. It's a relationship with yourself, with life, with the simple moments that don't need to be posted, celebrated, or compared. And here's the painful truth. Most people are too busy chasing noise to ever hear the quiet voice inside them calling them home. After 60, you're given a precious gift: the slowing down of time. The space to finally stop running. The chance to listen to what really matters. But only if you choose to. Because even after 60, the noise doesn't stop on its own. The world will still try to tell you, you should be busier. You should be doing more. You should still be proving yourself. You have to make the courageous decision to step out of the race. To say, enough. Enough chasing. Enough performing. Enough measuring your life by someone else's ruler. When you finally step out, it's disorienting at first. You may feel restless. You may wonder, what now? But if you stay with it, if you allow yourself to be still, something beautiful begins to happen. You start to notice the colors of the sky again. You start to savor your morning coffee, not rush through it. You start to really hear the laughter of your grandchildren, not just nod distractedly. Life, in all its richness, returns. And slowly, the emptiness fades. Because happiness was never missing. It was simply drowned out. There's an old saying, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. And what you hear when you truly listen is that life was always offering you happiness. You just needed to slow down enough to accept it. You don't need another degree. You don't need another dollar. You don't need another pat on the back. You need presence. You need gratitude. You need love, freely given and freely received. These are the things that can't be bought, can't be faked, can't be forced. They are gifts of the heart. Gifts that grow richer, deeper, and more precious with age. The tragedy is that some people never stop long enough to discover this. They spend their last years still chasing, still proving, still believing that if they just fix one more thing, earn one more thing, they'll finally feel worthy. But you, right now, you have the chance to step into a different story. A story where happiness isn't postponed. Where you don't have to wait for some perfect future. Where today, exactly as it is, becomes enough. Not because it's perfect, but because you are finally present for it. And in that presence, happiness blossoms, not as a prize, but as a natural part of simply being alive. In the next part, we'll explore exactly what true happiness after 60 looks like, and how you can nurture it every single day, no matter your circumstances. Because the happiest people after 60 aren't the ones who have the most. They're the ones who have learned how to live with their hearts wide open. When you imagine true happiness, what do you see? Most people picture smiles, laughter, bright sunny days. And yes, those are beautiful pieces of it. But the deeper truth is that happiness after 60 is softer, quieter, and infinitely more powerful than simple pleasure. It looks like peace. It feels like waking up in the morning and not rushing. Not feeling the heavy weight of must and should. Just breathing, stretching, enjoying the simple fact that you're alive. It looks like acceptance. Not the kind of acceptance where you give up, but the kind where you finally stop fighting reality. You accept that some dreams didn't come true. You accept that some wounds never got an apology. And you realize that's okay, because peace is worth more than being right. It looks like connection. Not hundreds of Facebook friends. Not polite small talk at gatherings. But real connection. The kind where you can sit in silence with someone and feel understood. The kind where a simple, "I'm thinking of you" message warms your whole heart. It looks like forgiveness. Forgiveness for the people who hurt you. Forgiveness for the mistakes you made. Forgiveness for the life that didn't always follow your plans. Because after 60, you realize that carrying resentment only weighs you down. Letting go frees you. It looks like gratitude. Not just for the big things, but for the tiny, everyday miracles. The way the sunlight dances on the kitchen floor. The taste of fresh strawberries in summer. The sound of rain tapping against the window. The memory of a loved one's laughter echoing in your heart. Gratitude transforms ordinary days into sacred moments. It looks like simplicity. Fewer things. Fewer obligations. More meaning. More time for what truly matters. You realize that a smaller circle of real friends is worth more than a crowded calendar of acquaintances. That a modest home filled with laughter beats a mansion filled with emptiness. It looks like purpose. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be tending a garden, reading to grandchildren, writing letters to old friends, volunteering once a week, helping someone carry their groceries. Purpose is knowing that you still matter, that your life still ripples outward, touching others in ways you may never even see. And finally, it looks like freedom. Freedom to wear what you want, say what you mean, live how you choose. Freedom to be fully, unapologetically yourself. After 60, you've earned that freedom. You no longer have to pretend. You no longer have to chase approval. You simply live. And in that authenticity, in that simple being, happiness flourishes. It doesn't mean every day is perfect. It doesn't mean sorrow never touches you. It means that even on hard days, you know deep down that life is still beautiful. That you are still part of something sacred and breathtaking and endlessly worth waking up for. In the next and final part, we'll talk about how you can start embracing this secret every day, how to live in a way that welcomes happiness instead of chasing it. Because true happiness isn't out there somewhere waiting. It's right here. And it's been waiting for you all along. So how do you welcome true happiness into your life after 60? It begins with a simple decision. The decision to stop searching for something more and to start savoring what already is. Happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you notice. It's in the way your hands move when you need bread. It's in the warm hug from a grandchild. It's in the quiet pride you feel after a day well lived. And it starts with attention. Most people go through life half awake, lost in thought, planning the next thing, regretting the last thing. But happiness only lives in the now. So the first practice is this. Wake up to the moment you are in. When you drink your morning coffee, really drink it. Notice the warmth of the cup, the aroma rising in the air, the first sip touching your tongue. Let it be enough. When you walk outside, really walk. Feel the breeze on your skin. Hear the birds. Watch the trees sway. You don't have to force gratitude. It will arise naturally when you pay attention. Because when you are present, life itself becomes a gift. The second practice is letting go. Let go of the old grudges that sour your heart. Let go of the regrets that weigh down your spirit. Let go of the belief that happiness lies somewhere you haven't reached yet. You don't have to pretend everything was fair. You don't have to deny your pain. You just have to choose not to let it define you. There's a kind of peace that only comes when you say, I release you. I choose my own freedom. Forgiveness is not a gift to the people who wronged you. It's a gift you give yourself. The third practice is connection. True happiness grows in shared moments, not in impressive conversations, not in busy gatherings, in the simple things. A neighbor's wave across the street, a slow afternoon spent laughing with an old friend, a handwritten letter to someone you love. Connection doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real. Don't wait for others to reach out first. Be the one who sends the message, makes the call, offers the invitation. Loneliness shrinks in the presence of even the smallest kindness. The fourth practice is acceptance. Accept the changing seasons of your body. Accept the losses you've endured. Accept the life you have. You don't have to like every part of it. You don't have to pretend everything is easy. But the more you resist reality, the more you suffer. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means living fully in the life you actually have, instead of longing for a life that never was. Acceptance is strength. Acceptance is freedom. Acceptance is the soil where happiness takes root. The fifth practice is purpose. Every day you wake up, you still have a purpose. Not because you have to accomplish something big, but because your life still touches others in ways you may never even see. A kind word to a stranger, a smile at the grocery store, a moment of patience with someone who is struggling. These small acts create ripples that move out into the world, unseen but powerful. Purpose is not something you find, it's something you live. And finally, the sixth practice, gratitude. Gratitude is the doorway through which happiness enters your life. Not because your life is perfect, but because even in imperfection, there are countless miracles. The feel of sunlight on your face, the smell of fresh rain, the voice of someone saying, I love you. When you focus on what you have, instead of what you lack, the whole world changes. Gratitude doesn't erase sorrow, but it softens it. It reminds you that even in the midst of pain, there is beauty. Gratitude turns ordinary days into treasures. You don't have to wait for happiness. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to chase it down. After 60, happiness isn't a prize. It's a way of seeing. It's realizing that the greatest gifts of life, love, connection, peace, presence, were always within your reach. It's choosing to step out of the noise, out of the race, and into the life you already have. Right now. Today. Exactly as it is. The biggest secret to true happiness after 60 is simple. Stop searching. Start seeing. Your life, imperfect, beautiful, ordinary, sacred, is already enough. And when you live from that place, when you breathe it in, savor it, and share it with others, you don't just find happiness. You become happiness. And there is no greater joy than that. Before you go, just remember this. Your life, exactly as it is right now, holds more beauty and meaning than you may realize. Happiness doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It lives in the small ones, the quiet ones, the ones you choose to notice. If this message touched your heart today, if it reminded you of the strength, wisdom, and grace you already carry inside you, I invite you to stay connected with me. Please subscribe to this channel, because here you are seen. You are valued. And every story we share, every truth we uncover together, brings a little more light into the world. You're never too old to grow, never too late to choose happiness, and never alone on the journey. Thank you for being here. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself, and keep finding joy in the life you have.